Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back, dear viewers. It is a new episode of your program Up2Date, coming to you nightly and every Sunday of the week. When it comes to us today, I gladly welcome everybody, and I wish you had a very nice holiday. Very big thanks to my colleague, Sam al-Miman, who held up for last week's episode. And when it comes to today's episode, we'll be having, inshallah, our usual segments as well. We'll be talking about new technology gadgets available in the market as well. We'll be talking about, let's say, well, we'll be giving assistance. It's more like a tutorial today. We'll be talking about Gmail and, well, the free things that Google gave us in the world. As well, we'll be talking about the ways that the Internet is helping us when it comes to educational systems and, let's say, distance learning. So, first of all, let me just tell you about our email when it comes to us, uptodate.ksa2@gmail.com. And when it comes to the Gmail system, let's say, we're going to be having a lot. Yeah, that's the email on the screen right now. Well, as I was saying, the Gmail system, we'll be talking about it in detail in today's episode. And who's best to talk about it than Engineer AbdulAziz AlOraij, who's an IT engineer as well. He's an expert. And you're from, mashallah, the Riyadh Tech College for Technology. Welcome to our episode.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's more like, I mean, calm atmosphere when it comes to you in the episode. You know exactly what to say and when to say it in the episode.
Well, I cannot depend on that.
Yeah. Okay. So, inshallah, dear viewers, we'll be talking about when it comes to Gmail, of course. But first of all, let's start with the basics. Of course, with the revolution of the Internet and everything, it came to emails. Emails do conquer more than 20% of traffic on the Internet when it comes to emails. And yet free email servers are available all around, but one of the most known mail servers in the world used to be more like a private company. Now it's a company that's more like most of the people do know it. It's Google that created Gmail. Gmail do support all languages, encryptions, and everything like that. It is a free service available. There are a couple of things that you can buy for subscribe for them for an initial fee. Other than that, let us talk about the essence of Gmail. A lot of people do use emails, Engineer AbdulAziz, but eventually they don't take the whole benefit of it, do they?
Yeah, actually, email has been with us for the last decade, and more and more we are relying on emails. Okay, of course, email is a nice invention. What yet to invent when we already have the email? In the new Gmail, they come up with many things, many features that hasn't been there before, and they have encouraged other email providers to follow their steps. For example, the first time Ajax is introduced was through Gmail. Just to clarify what Ajax is. Yeah, Ajax is when you retrieve a content within the page that you don't have to reload the whole page.
Right.
So yeah, some parts of the page get reloaded, and it's like you have an application, a desktop application like
nice.
Microsoft Word or Excel. So this is new when we want to check whether we have a new email or not. Before Gmail, it's like we can date upon Gmail's appearance.
Yeah.
So before Gmail, we used to hit refresh, and the whole page with the whole ads gets refreshed and reloaded to us, so we can check whether we had a new email or not. But this is not the case with Gmail. With Gmail, automatically the new message will pop up to you. The whole page stays still.
Yeah, this is so different when it comes to refreshing. I mean, Hotmail used to have auto-refreshing, but this is different. This is totally different. Auto-refreshing refreshes the whole page, as Engineer AbdulAziz is saying. When it comes to Ajax and the whole new technology as well, certain parts only get reloaded.
Exactly. Some of my colleagues, they call Google the Microsoft of the open source. They come up with inventions that is plays with the mentality of the new geeks and the open source developers. There are some new technologies. You wonder, why don't they use this? As soon as you think of something, there are some companies, they are eager to get ideas and to translate it into reality. For example, in Gmail, we have seen something new called tags or tagging.
Yeah.
It's a new concept to arrange your messages. For example, I have some messages that are private, and I have messages that are funny, for example.
So it's different from filterization?
Now, the thing, we used to have folders.
Yes.
So we'll have the folder of funny stuff and the folder of personal. What about a personal funny thing?
Where to go exactly?
Yeah, shall I have 2 copies, 2 emails, or shall I have tagging, which can be funny, personal, business, and private at the same time? So, yeah, thanks to tagging concept, we can achieve something like this. It helps us a lot to, you know, for me, I find it very difficult to deal with folders.
And of course, other things that we should be talking about concerning the Gmail is it is a free service, but not 100%.
Well, it is 100% free.
POP3 activation and distance activation, is it free?
Yeah. It's free. It's not only free to have an email at Gmail. For example, as an IT manager in Riyadh College of Technology, I come up with the idea of using Gmail as our mail providing service. We provided mail through Gmail. Many providers, they would not give you email unless it's at their domain.
Right.
Yeah, but this is totally new, that Gmail, you can use your name at your domain .edu.com, and it's not, they are giving good service for educational institutes and non-profit organizations. Also, they give businesses and private personal websites almost the same amount of
capacity?
Services.
All right.
They give you, for example, for free, they'll give you more than 7 gigs and counting. And I'm not in the position to advertise for Gmail, no, but I'm in a position to tell people what they're getting, regardless of the company. You can get 7 gig, you can get a calendar with free SMS, and maybe we can have episodes to describe the other services so people can benefit the maximum. And you will have Picasa account where you can store your images, high quality. You have gigs to store your images and videos. The integration, for example, in maps, you can have your own locations, your own maps, all together in...
So what's the point behind all this? Is there a reason that Google gives all those services for free? Do they advertise on the pages? Do they have certain things that they benefit? Because it can't be totally free without their benefit, can
it? Yeah, there are, of course. You are not full enough to make a service that is...
totally free.
Totally free. Yes. And if you can benefit in a reasonable way, it will be great.
Yes.
So there are ads, that is text ads. No flashy images, no killing for your bandwidth. This is one thing. Second, it's relative to your content, though some people don't like it to be relevant, so they feel, that their privacy is...
interfered or integrated. Yeah. But there's something regarding mobiles and Gmail.
we will come to that.
Right, okay.
First, let's talk about the PC users, the regular email users.
Right.
We talked about having, tags instead of folders, and there's a new thing that we were dying to have. Yet, Google proved that it's not difficult to have, which is conversations instead of messages shredded all over. Sometimes I want to follow up with a conversation that I have sent you an email, then you have replied. I want to make sure what's my sent message. Then I'll have to go to the folder of sent messages and check the date. It's a hassle.
Yeah.
In Gmail, as soon as you reply, it's within the same page. There's the original page, the original
It's
mail.
like the old Outlook Express that integrates the whole thing. It's in the bottom, so the new message is in the top, and it's like a tree arrangement, so that you find this is the new email, this is the one before, the one before, the one before. So it keeps
the whole
you on track.
conversation.
The whole conversation with the emails.
Yeah, the whole conversation, your emails and hymns. I have checked in Google that in Outlook it's only his email that is relevant. So, yeah, it's like the forums where you can in the forums you can send a post and get the reply for that post.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
yes.
This is the concept of Gmail. So we have conversations. I have the message I have received and the messages I sent and the whole conversation. And sometimes I can have specific parts of the message. Sometimes conversations goes for 48 messages.
Messages, yeah.
Yeah, and you find yourself lost in this conversation. There's a way to mark the important parts.
It's more like highlighter.
Yeah.
Just highlight them.
Exactly. This message has an info. The others are, waste of, text.
And time and space. Okay.
Yeah. So you can even delete within the conversation, or you can delete the whole tree. Sometimes there's a topic that many people reply to, and you don't want to be bothered by it. There's an option to mute this conversation.
Nice.
So no one will bother you. It will not pop up in your face again. A new concept, which is archiving instead of deleting.
Yeah, archiving everything, putting in archives.
Yeah, you can archive any message. If, for example, I look at my email, all of us look at our emails, especially when we work. We look at it as a tasks. If I have an email, then I have a task. I have to follow up with this task and finish it. Those tasks, when I'm done with one task, I don't want to delete the message.
You just want to tick it or something.
I want to put it in another folder,
right.
In an archive. Usually I use IMAP protocol where I archive my messages. Now I don't have to do that. Archive is there for searching.
The archive is right there, it's ready, and you can search it whenever you want.
Exactly.
There's a question that when it comes to the services that we provide, of course, I'm just linking everything for our viewers. I mean, not everybody's used to, let's say, Hotmail, Yahoo, and things like that. It came, the whole service came with a messenger, came with, let's say, more like a program minimized on your desktop that you find notifications or something that, I mean, you'll be notified if you receive new emails or you reply or anything within your inbox. Does Google provide the same thing, the same idea or method?
That's the beauty of it. In Google, we have found something new, which is while you're looking at your email, you still have to look at your friends who are online. So when I'm checking my email, I'll see that Faisal is online, so I can chit-chat with him. It was text only.
So within a web page, within
the web page.
So not a separate
program. You don't
program.
have to install software.
But is there a software available for such
There
thing?
is. There is. Google Talk.
Google Talk, okay.
Yeah, Google Talk, that works perfectly. So, and it works on Mac, Windows, Linux. The thing is, you can chat, you can interact with your colleagues that are online while you are online. This is one thing. The second thing, which is new, which is Up2Date.
Okay.
There's a new service now. You can voice chat with them within the page, the web page, or video chat.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is just released.
As in live in the moment, you can chat, video chat
Exactly.
with them.
You can have
either
a conference,
with their Google Talk or on the web page.
No, without Google Talk.
So,
on the
but
web
either
page,
ways, you can find it on Google Talk as well.
Yeah, Google Talk. I'm not sure that Google Talk provides video.
Oh, okay.
It provides voice, since it was, the name is Google Talk. It should talk.
Sure.
So voice was there. I'm not sure that there is a new version. That they're making a new version to integrate video altogether with it. But currently, it's working on the browser. It's working on the browser, where you can voice chat or video chat with your friends.
Great. We'll be going to the report, Engineer AbdulAziz, and for you, dear viewers, we'll be going to the report, inshallah, and after the report, we'll be back, and we'll be going to our guest via DTL, via satellite, and we'll be talking to him about distance learning. Then we'll be coming back to Google, so that hopefully our guest, Engineer AbdulAziz, will demonstrate live exactly what we saw. He explained what he talked to us and what he told us in words. He'll explain it actually physically on a web page. Stay with us, up to date.
We live in a world of technology and technological developments, and this wave of advancement has struck all electronic devices, from digital cameras to mobile phones, laptops, and even the television. It is simply amazing the level of technological development that we have reached. Take cameras, for example. All digital cameras these days have an impeccably high resolution and an impressive zoom, and an ability to store a large amount of memory.
What I can say is we are today in the peak. Maybe there is never a peak, but we are in the peak of the technology. We have reached today very high resolutions with compact cameras, up to 14.5 megapixels in a small digital camera. We have integrated GPS into the camera for global positioning. In the professional line, we have the what we call DSLR cameras, interchangeable lenses. We have also reached very high technology in terms of sensitivity, where you can use up to 25,000 ISO settings, grainless practically, with very little grain, very little noise. We can now take pictures in very dim light without the use of the flash. We have reached speeds of shooting speeds up to 9 frames per second.
Television is a whole other story. The large flat plasma TV has become a regular in all households and offices. Its true bright colors and practical size make it an all-time favorite, and every day something new is invented in the world of television. We live in a constant race with technology, whether it is plasma TVs, digital cameras, laptops, or even mobile phones. You better keep yourself updated, or else you will find yourself too out of date. What about computers and laptops? The device that was introduced in the markets in the late 80s has now become a must-have for all employees, students, or businessmen. Everyone has at least one laptop, and we often find ourselves changing our laptop or computer every year, not because it has stopped working, but rather to stay updated with the latest technology that are introduced to the world of computers every day.
Developing very, very fast. The speed is moving fast. Screens are coming smaller. Laptops are coming smaller. Even educational PCs are coming smaller. We have triple E PCs. That's a small laptop with 9-inch screen. It's very small, only for educational purposes, not for AutoCAD or graphic design.
Will this train called technology ever stop? Well, it doesn't seem like it will anytime soon. So why don't you just hop on board and stay updated? For Up to Date, this is Basma Tabaja, Beirut, Lebanon.
And welcome back, dear viewers. When it comes to us right now, we do have a detail with us, and we'll be talking hopefully about, when it comes to our technology segment, we did talk about Gmail at the beginning. We'll be talking about it. We'll be concluding what we started regarding Gmail and its services. But now we do have our guest with us via DTL. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Can you please just present yourself? Because hello?
This is Dr. Hassan Al-Saadi, Director of Higher Education at British Institute of Technology and E-Commerce.
Absolutely honored to have you here on our program. And regarding when it comes to distance learning, of course, we know that the Internet's got a lot of positive regarding Internet. Let's say learning and distance learning. It did provide us with all the accessibilities for us to make that happen. Distance learning and the Internet, if you just give us more like a brief about all the benefits and the positives about it.
Well, distance learning is very useful for a lot of people who are not able to attend regular classes, as people living away from the center. And this distant learning will give them the facilities to have the experience, to have the knowledge about new technology, new advances, vocational training, and a lot of facilities could be offered to them by this distance learning. Again, distance learning need to be some sort of legalization, need to be some sort of, control by central government or by a academic body to make sure that they are doing the right thing. We don't want to see any commercial, non-academic distance learning as a website university nowadays we see from time to time. Okay, universities in general, as in UK, they have two lines. The ordinary line of education system, which is regular or based on classes, which is physical education, as well as the online education, which is based on the internet. The internet education, going to offer the resources to people not able to attend regular classes, and the education is going to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so the student could do their exercise, do their assignment, do their project, and submit it on their convenient to university or colleges. Okay, so this will be a great advantage to people who are working and not full-time student. Again, it will solve some sort of the visa problem, traveling, reduce the cost of traveling, reduce the cost of living, reduce a lot of things, So it will be beneficial for both educational institute and for students. But the examination needs to be regulated in a way that we have to recognize well the student who do the exam, and we have to have some sort of trusted body to run the exam and make sure that the examination is done in the best possible way to make sure that the right person taking the exam and submit the assignment and the project. Thank you.
Let me ask you regarding, of course, one downside of, let's say, distance learning when it comes to interactivity. Supposedly, if you're attending a class online and you're attending it via video, you would like to interact with the whole class as well, to interact mainly with the teacher, the instructor, the engineer who is ever conducting this course or this class. How is this being available, or how can we turn distance learning into a more interactive, more flexible way of learning?
Well, there is many approaches for having distance learning. For example, I used to teach in one of the university who run distance learning from United States, and they got some sort of site or facilitator body in United Arab Emirates. So we have the tutor in the United States and we have the facilitator, okay? So there is some sort of timetable arranged, but there is some institution has no restriction on this, on fixed or which is a fixed timetable.
Great. And let me ask you about when it comes to, let's say, not individual learning, but when it comes to group learning. I mean, classes or major classes or halls that you want to conduct, let's say, major ceremonies or major, let's say, presentations. Is that available through distance learning as well?
Well, this is what I said. It is distant learning, not necessary that on the individual basis. Distant learning could be to a group of students. For example, we used to have a group of students in Dubai taught by me as a facilitator, and another lecturer who is in the United States who run the course, and he has the website and do the grading and the assignment or everything. So it is not necessary to be based on individual. It could be for a group of students with regular timetable. And this is what the Open University in Britain all about.
Great. But from your own experience, if you put it from your own words, regarding the beneficiary of the whole thing, do students benefit the same through distance learning than people who are, let's say, attending the class themselves? They're right there on the spot. Because let's say when it comes to some statistics do show that people who attend the classes might not be as interested as the people who are on distance learning, because they made the effort to attend those classes from far away.
Okay, so it is possible for them to attend the distance, to attend the classes from far away, as well as it is possible to attend with a group of students, and all this regulation is available. Quite a few experiments is there. There is no standardization for distance learning as such. Okay, it depends on how the organization see and run this distance learning. Depend on the staffing, the facility, the resource available, and many factors. But I believe it is for the beneficial for a student. It reduces the cost. It gives the student the time to have more time to the flexibility and to make the practicing and submitting of project is more self-dependent, and the benefit it might be higher.
Oh, great. And
yes.
Mr. Hassan Saidi, thank you very much for being with us. With us was Mr. Hassan Saidi, who's the Director of the Higher Education and the British Academy. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
And when it comes to us back, dear viewers, let's just remind you of our email when it comes to us here in the program, uptodate.ksa2@gmail.com. And do send us our suggestions, of course, after 2 weeks, inshallah, after 1 week, not next episode, but the episode after it, inshallah, by the will of Allah, there is the whole new system of Up2Date. So, inshallah, there will be more interactivity, not only in distance learning, but in our program as well. So, you'll find that then within a week time, the beginning of the new year, and we wish everybody, inshallah, a pleasant, happy year for all all the times, and may Allah accept our deeds, inshallah. Going back to our topic when it comes to Gmail and free services that it provides. During the break, our guest, did have the time to do a couple of things. So just tell us exactly what's going on, because there's chatting, and you tried to video chat a couple of people with, I think, one individual at a time. But if you just tell us about the interface that we're seeing right now and tell our viewers about it in details, please.
Well, here I would like to have a
double screen, please, so that okay.
I have been checking the connection, and by the way, we have the outage of internet due to the cable breakage in.
And in the middle of the sea, there are 3 cables that are damaged. The one between Italy and
but thank God, our internet provider is smart enough to have other connections to other countries as well. So I was trying to connect, and here I am checking my email. I want to let the people join me checking my email. As you can see here, there's a theme for the email. This is just released. You can personalize your email, the image that you like, in the theme, the color scheme.
Yes.
And here with me, some of my friends. I've been chatting to Dr. Badr, and now I'm chatting with Garfield, Saad.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
this is what you talked about, implemented chatting. He's laughing there. So you can, yeah. Okay.
And I can video chat with him.
And this is through the email, not a program, but through the email web page.
Yeah, through the web page. As you can see here, this is Firefox, and
great.
Yeah, this is typically Firefox.
Okay.
And Saad is trying to chat. His connection is very, very poor.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the video it doesn't show here.
Okay. And so if you take us, first of all, the left side, when it comes, this is the inbox, the standard.
Yeah.
Okay, just talk us through it.
This is so typical. Inbox, sent items, and spam box, trash, as in every other email. There's something new here. Start, for example, this message from Ahmed is interesting, so I'm putting a star. So I'm starring some some emails.
You star them. There's no system that
No,
stars
I can star them. For example, here from Abdullah, I want to star Abdullah's message.
Okay.
And if I'm looking for the important messages, I can go to start, and it will show me all the starred images.
Great.
Recently, they made us able to have different stars: blue star, yellow star.
You can choose. As in, you can show the different stars as you wish.
Exactly. You can have a set of stars, and even, for example, this is a question mark, where if you don't understand an email. So
it's more user-friendly than the old thing. It's more interactive, not like the old system.
And I'll show you some conversations here.
Okay.
For example, here's a big conversation.
Okay.
AbdulAziz has sent, which is me, sent the message to AbdulAziz Shamri. AbdulAziz Shamri replied to me, "Dear Engineer AbdulAziz, Assalamu alaikum, dear sir, required changes," etc. So this is
the whole conversation.
A whole conversation. I can enlarge one of the topics, and if this is interesting, I'll put a star here so it wouldn't collapse again.
When it came in the year 2005, when there was more like innovation, MSN, and the whole new layouts, it came that the new layouts were too heavy, let's say, to load. The pages were, big in size, so that people suffered from the new services that they tried. It tried in MSN and Yahoo as well. The whole interface, they've changed it, but it was too heavy on our systems, because it loaded, it took a long time. What about Gmail from your own experience?
Yeah, isn't that amazing? The connections are getting better, and according to that, some websites, they make their websites larger, So according to the connection being good, what about mobiles? What about people who have lesser connection? Is your aim to reach everyone or just to be elite oriented? Google is reversing the equation. The connection is getting better and Google is getting lighter.
Nice.
Yeah. The whole thing here, it doesn't cause the connection because there's XML, Ajax is based on XML. XML is very lightweight data, representation protocol, where you can, for example, here I have missed some, chat with my friends while I'm away. This is sad. You have chatted with me this long, and Dr. Salih al-Nassar was here, and
so my regards.
Yeah. So
the thing is, there's another question for me to ask, is regarding, some people do like when they're at the office not to be interfered from other people. That's why, I mean, when the benefits of going through a web page, not logging into, let's say, a program and checking your emails, going to the web page, is that nobody can see you. But what I'm seeing right now is that as soon as you open the website, everybody can contact you, everybody can see you. Certainly sometimes, I mean, when you're at your office, you're an engineer in the college, so you've got a lot of work, so you don't want to take more time with this. Can you, let's say, just use it as a simple email without all the chatting?
Yeah, you can have an option here at the bottom of where you can have different versions. Turn off chat, basic HTML, and
right.
Yeah, you can have the way you like it. And even here, I'm busy, for example, here.
Okay.
It shows that the red sign, which means I'm busy, so no one will bother me.
Bother you.
Yeah. As you can see here, there is my friends, Dr. Badr, some other people who are free to chat. I can ask him about anything that comes up, that pops in my mind. There's another feature when we talked about labeling.
Yes.
Label, for example, CC, which is the computer center, being the manager of computer center in Riyadh College of Technology, I have many emails that is for computer center.
Okay.
Those messages, reports about the web filter and what are the lines and what's going on. The reports, they are all in this category.
Great.
I made a filter that eases my work. It works. It's my secretary.
It's like we used to, I mean, still have them with the, let's say, Outlook or Express. When it comes to rules, you create a rule that if an email contains this address, put it in that folder, as you said. But this is different. This is a more flexible way.
Way amazing. For example, this is a message from Johaji from Facebook. I want to filter those messages that comes from Facebook. I'll go here. Excuse me. And I'll filter messages like this. By the way, the interface can come totally Arabic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Filter messages like this, and it figures out that from webmaster blah 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 at Facebook mail, I will remove this. Anything at Facebook mail.
Anything at Facebook, take it.
Okay. Has the word, doesn't have the word, has attachment.
Yeah, similar to rules, yeah.
Exactly. And you can show the filter. Does it apply on the messages you meant? It shows you. This is,
all those messages apply to it.
Yeah. So, next step. Let's go back.
To change the...
Okay. Next step. Here are the messages below. They are all...
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. They all apply to the criteria. So I would say skip the inbox. Don't show it to me. It's not a task. And mark it as red. No, this is harsh.
Yeah,
yeah. Start. No, don't push your luck. This is better, says Hala. Apply label. Those are from Facebook. They are, for example, reports.
Okay.
Okay. Shall I forward it to you, Faisal?
So you can choose as well to forward those
Yeah, I
emails?
can forward Facebook messages to.
So let's say, I mean, you're a head of our organization or a member of our organization. If you receive, let's say, an email from a website or something that all of you are interested in, it can automatically send it to everybody.
Exactly. Great. For example, in my domain name registration, I used to forward my accountant.
Okay.
So I'll have the first copy, and he will have another copy. So any email comes from the hosting company will automatically go to my accountant.
Major point to talk about. Let me start to get there, but major point to talk about is junk mail. What do you got about junk mail when it comes to regarding Gmail?
Well, this is somehow relevant to junk mail. You can filter junk mails.
Is there an
manually.
automated system?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. It's the best automated junk mail filter ever. I don't want to make ever the best. But I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a matter of preference. So yes. You like it. Okay.
So there's an option, never send it to spam. For example, there's a message that goes always to spam. You can ask them not to send it to spam. Yeah. Create the filter. Now all Facebook people will go to reports, will not pop up in my face. Let's talk about spam.
Yes.
Spam. As soon as
already filled.
Yeah, this is 1 day old.
Yeah.
As you can see here, the most recent one is 10/23.
Yeah, which is more like a couple minutes ago. The thing is, I've had one of the emails that I've had, the main email that I'm using, I've been using it since '98. And now I receive only one email out of more than 400 a day that is only mine. All the rest is just spam.
Exactly.
And this is with time, it builds up that you're more recognized to spammers.
Exactly.
And is this the case here? I mean,
yeah.
Is it commercial? It's just email.
I have a problem here. I have my personal email, which is at my domain, and usually I forward it to my previously Hotmail or Yahoo. But when I reply to any message, it shows Aziz at Yahoo. I don't want me to look at, to look in front of people that I'm sending back from Yahoo. I want my email, my domain.
Yes.
This is another benefit of using Gmail. It gives you profiles. You can use 5 profiles. You can reply, and you can automate it. When any email come from my email at the college, reply as my email at the college. So it works like it's your personal email. So I'm here. I'm gathering about 5 emails. AlOraij at Wajaha, AlOraij at RCT, which is the college, and my personals are all in one box.
Great.
The space is immense. So why can I use it?
Or spammers.
So spammers will increase because I have many emails in this box. Every day I have about 700 spam messages. None of them, maybe 1 or 2, they can pass the filter. Maybe. In a week I can have 2 messages that are
which is a
spam.
relief. I mean, if you go to your inbox, you find that what you want to read. You don't want to find stuff that you don't need. Do you want to buy this? Do you want that? You don't want spammers. Is this filter that you made yourself, or it's an automated filter?
It's automated. It's smart filter. When people send messages to you and some other people within Gmail, it automatically recognizes it.
Okay.
It automatically.
What if just a group message, a CC?
If it's a CC, then you can deal with your friend who's sending, and if you mark him as a spammer, he will go to spam.
But it will not delete it, eliminate it. It will give you the chance to see it.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, there is oldest. There are pages. The page shows 100 messages, and I have 500. Shall I go into every page and select all? No, there's a new button. It's not new, but before it wasn't there. We asked them to put it, and they respond. Delete all spam messages now. It will delete everything.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And by the way, while I'm deleting, maybe you will find some messages.
Okay.
Yeah, thank God, there's it. But sometimes, just I'm clicking the button, and 3 messages appears.
Okay.
Yeah, at the same
It's
time.
no message. What about, we come to a major point that we've got, we're running out of time, we've got only more like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. What about when it comes to Gmail and their mobile services?
Yeah, Gmail, they have provided best solution for mobile users.
Okay.
For example, for Symbian, Nokia's, and other, they have a specific software for it, and they have the best software for iPhone, and they have for Windows as well. Also, you can check your email from a regular browser from your mobile. So you don't have to install their software.
That's not the case with Hotmail and everyone, so because you cannot browse.
You have specific interface that is very lightweighted, because mobile is expensive. Internet on mobile is more expensive, so they considered that.
Nice.
It's very lightweighted. Even if you have PDF files and heavy files, they translate it to HTML, so you can see it clearly in your mobile, not needing any other plugins or softwares. It's very smart. And the smartness of Google being a search engine made them smart to figure out the spam. If they can index all the whole internet pages, they can figure out spam.
Great.
They are the best candidates for this task.
Okay, let us talk about SMS messages and Gmail.
Yeah, I would like to have a whole episode just for the calendar of Gmail or Google. Here, the calendar, I can have public or private calendars. Here's my calendar. It sends me an SMS for every occasion. For example, this occasion I can expand the period or decrease it. For example, I have a meeting for 1 hour and I will increase it to 2 hours. Or sometimes I want to move it to another day.
Okay.
Or postpone it for the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
You can have the moon positions here. The salary of my driver here. It sends me an SMS, and you have some.
Sends you an SMS to your mobile here in Saudi. That doesn't matter wherever you are in the world.
Yeah. For example, the reminder pop-up or SMS. 1 day, or for example, minutes. 1 minute or 10 minutes. So 10 minutes before the time,
it will send you an SMS.
Send you an SMS.
Okay. The thing is, with SMS usually they charge, but here,
even here, it's free. It's free. You can have as much appointments as you want. It's great when you have, for example, you have events like here in Channel 2. We have some events, and we want our users to be able to interact with us. We want to send them SMS. We want to put our programs in the list. So we can have a calendar that is public. We ask people to add it.
Great.
It's all free. People can make the most benefit of it.
Yep, you got spam.
Yeah.
So one other thing that we should, finalizing the whole thing. If you got an old email, a lot of people are interested, let's say within the episode, to change to Gmail or to change them to that. It's a free service. We're not commercializing for it. It's one of the good free services, and we're just providing it for you viewers, or we're just putting stuff on the table. It's a matter of choice for you, dear viewers. So let's say, people do like Gmail. They want to transfer their account to Gmail, to have their emails from a certain domain, from a certain email provider sent to Gmail. What exactly should they do? Just create a link or something, or forward everything?
Well, depending.
Or there's a service here.
Depending, there's a service here. They can grab your POP account, and they can grab your IMAP. Also, you can forward those messages. For example, if I want to compose here a message, I can send as Aziz at AlOraij, which is my private
or
email.
any of the other domains.
Yeah, look.
Nice. Is it as well accessible from your computer if you got, I mean, does this provide you with POP3 so that you can access Gmail from home?
Yeah, and IMAP. IMAP is more important than POP3 now, because when you delete a message or make it as read, it will be read in Gmail. This is not in POP3.
Comparing the whole thing. It used to be a hassle. It used to be such a drag. I mean, you used to have time just connecting the whole PC. When you update your library, you got to just wait for it to synchronize the whole things. When it comes to us now, Engineer AbdulAziz AlOraij, thank you very much for being with us. It was an honor, and inshallah, looking forward for more episodes.
Inshallah. For sure.
Inshallah. And from us, dear viewers, do email us on Gmail at uptodate.ksa2@gmail.com. Regarding us from here in the program, we do thank everybody, and we do wish you a happy day, nice evening. And regarding us, new technology will not be conducting it. That was so interesting when it comes to Gmail that we didn't conduct the new technology segment. But do wait for us next episode, and inshallah we'll have the new segments and everything ready in the episode after it. From me, everybody here in KSA2, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.